A mysterious message greets you as you emerge from the Sea of Chaos. A familiar traveler offers you advice from afar and gifts to speed your quest. Will you trust your fate to a stranger's wisdom, or try to find your own way? This is a playtest adventure available for those wishing to try the Land role-playing system. Now, I'm sure all of us here have read the books and are fans. That's why we're here. Does anyone need any explanations of what a chaos seed is?
No.
You are sitting in front of a computer playing a game, or perhaps at a table with friends, when the world is violently shaken around you, blurring colors and all of your senses into an unrecognizable swirl of chaos. It seems pure madness. There's no sense of time, and you are unsure if you are trapped in the chaos for a moment or a lifetime. Then you hear a voice in your head. Welcome, lost soul, to your new reality. Due to circumstances out of your control, you have been forcibly summoned to a new realm known simply as the Land. Perhaps you've heard of it, but do not concern yourself with your previous memories. Much has changed due to the chaos of recent events. Certain higher powers want to guide your destiny upon arriving in this new place, and you have been given a better start than many who came before you. Use these gifts wisely. And never forget, this is not a game. As your head tries to comprehend the unbearable pain of being shunted out to the swirling colors of chaos, you feel light, heat, and the solid ground below your feet. As you try to open your eyes, and the one thing becomes certain, you're different than when you sat down to play this game. Sitting around you, you see others in this group. What do y'all look like? How would you describe yourself to your compatriots? Let's start off with Calias, since you're the top of the chat.
I look like a very brown-skinned elf, a river elf, with dark blue hair and bright blue eyes. I am of lean build and approximately 6 foot, 6'2". I bear light leather armor along with a great sword and a longbow.
Alrighty, next let's check with Zechos.
I am standard human, fit, tall, female, despite what you think looks to be a beard on her face. Black hair, wielding a great axe, and smells like campfire smoke.
Alright, gotta love the fake beards. On to 42.
You can hear me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, like a beastling, about a 6 foot tall but very slim raven, wearing ring mail, has a bow on his back, and is carrying a great sword.
Alrighty. I think Elkin said he was stepping away, so let's skip down to Vigilance.
I am about approximately 5'9" high elf with silver hair, red eyes, very pale skin, wielding a spear in one hand, a shield in the other, a bow across my back, and silver mail all across my body.
Alrighty. You back, Elkin?
My son picked up my other Bluetooth, so I'm on my phone.
Okay.
I am a human, long hair pulled back into a ponytail, carrying a shield and flail. Gangly and skinny is all I could say.
Alright. Alright. So, as you materialize back from the Sea of Chaos, your senses begin to take shape and reality returns to you. A warmth reaches your feet, hands, and legs. You are sitting in warm sand as a soft breeze brings the smell of plants and minerals to your nose that you don't recognize. A vast shoreline snakes to the right and left of you, and a lightly forested area begins just past the shoreline. Directly in front of you is a large rock, no less than 4 feet tall, and it's inscribed with words that are somehow familiar to you. Someone clearly took time and effort to prop it up and make it visible from afar. You see several small tools around the stone that were probably used to carve it. And this is the stone you see. It looks in a familiar language. Some of y'all might recognize it. Did anyone want to make any checks to see if you can work it out?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
I'd like to see if I can't make a... Let me take a look.
You could throw me Either puzzle solving if you have it, or intuition for a more basic one.
Anyone speak Spanish? I can recognize like half the words, maybe-ish.
It's like that top line. I think I get that. After that, oh god.
Well, I
you
recognize
want
the...
intuition or puzzle solving.
Either one.
Let's see, where's puzzle? There we go.
Hey, Zechos and I have an idea.
Yeah, y'all got something. Okay.
I think it's German.
Okay. Let's.
I'm gonna say that my auto translate wasn't working.
That's all good. Okay. So y'all should be seeing something in a moment. Did that pop on your screens?
Oh,
Yep.
that's actually really cool.
Okay. So this is what Zechos and why is my computer not showing me your name?
Calias.
What Calias are seeing right now. Did you want to read it out to them so everyone can know?
Sure. I walk up to the rock, kind of hold my hand up against my chin and examine it for a moment, and I slowly start to recite, "Hello, friends. If you can read this, you must be from Earth too. I was teleported here somehow. We are stuck on an island, but a prompt told me I would find safety in a street, safety in a city to the west. I swam for it and drowned. I respawned here, but the island is not safe. Large beasts roam its jungles. Now I'm making a boat. I'm leaving the tools here just in case I respawn. I will use these tools and the trees to sail to the city. Find me in that city if you can read this. My name means first in my language." And that seems to be all there is. What do you guys make of it?
It sounds like it's a good direction to at least get started. I mean, there ain't much else here to do. If he says it's an island, then our chances of finding civilization here is small. At least we know where a city is, so we got a general plan of action.
The question is where is west from here?
Okay. And
Uh,
as you think that you get a quest prompt, you have been offered a quest, the Primero Probability. Primero is a Chaos Sea that arrived before you and has offered you sanctuary if you meet them in a city to the west. Reward unknown. Will you accept? Okay, don't sell your souls now. Calm down.
They were sold a long time ago.
I think we got to the land.
Okay. Down around the stone, you see a number of tools. They're clearly used for carving stone. You see a hammer and a chisel. And most of the things are made from stone found along the shore, including, basic hammer, axe, a series of stone wedges. You also see several pieces of wood with intertwined fibers left on them. They are clearly used to make rope from plants found. Primero did not leave you detailed instructions on how to build a raft, but he left his tools. So, you may have a starting point here. How do y'all want to go about this?
I think first I want to...
What was that?
Do a survival check to see if I can recollect from my human side of making a...
Making a raft?
Or is that metagaming?
I'd be fine with either one. Whichever one you feeling like you're with.
Never mind.
So, you've watched a little bit of Man vs. Wild, and the only thing you can seem to remember is him just drinking his own piss. Nothing else comes to mind.
Ooh.
As you
I
see
want
me
to...
taking out a bottle and unzipping my pants.
Seeing him fumble around with the tools, I want to go up and try to examine, see if I can make sense of the tools that we have here and see if I can't continue the work. That would be a survival check, right?
I would say survival or construction. Either won't be appropriate.
Construction's higher. It's not high enough.
I hand you my bottle with piss water.
And I proceed to fill the rest of it.
And then, Calias, after you
This
filled it
must be
up,
what this is for.
you look at it and you consider kind of just brushing your teeth. Like, this might be useful for that as well. All right. Anyone else that doesn't want to roll a 22?
Alright, so I have a plan. I'm gonna roll construction to try to make another tablet in English, so that way the Chaos Seeds that come after us don't have to try to translate Spanish. And I'm drinking the piss too.
Except, Vigilance, you miss a little bit, and it kind of goes on your hand more than the bottle.
No.
42. What was your construction roll for?
Answers to the universe?
It was one off for that one. For the raft, okay. So what were you trying to do? Were you trying to gather materials, or like for the raft, or?
Putting up a storm over there.
I'll take the stone axe and start gathering.
Start gathering. Okay. So with that check, you take the axe and you go to the forest line or the beach ends, and you start kind of you're whacking at a small tree, and after a little bit you manage to get a little bit of wood that's actually usable.
Alright.
Can I make a herb law check to try to find a good tree to chop down?
Sure.
While he's doing that check, can I do a construction check since I did a survival last time to see if... Okay, I'm really going to try to think if I can put this raft...
And avoid the bottle of piss water.
Okay, so Vigilance, your herb lore check. You look at the trees and you think they're trees, but you're not sure anything else beyond that. Elkin, what were you trying to do again? I'm sorry.
Since I did the survival check last time, I was like, man, I forgot what survival taught me about putting this boat. But maybe if I think of construction and piece together this blueprint of what it should look like, this is what I'm going to...
Okay, so you're considering how you would want this to go together, and you're starting to get some pretty good ideas, but you're still lacking the actual materials to do anything worthwhile.
Do I know what kind of materials I'll need?
So you look over and see the small stack of wood that has been gathered so far. You think you need probably at least 5 or 6 times more than that, and you're probably gonna need some rope as well, just to help actually string the logs together.
Okay, so I say, can we have 2 people, and we need a lot more wood, and we need 2 people to start getting some plants entwined, and anybody else wants to fill this bottle up, here it is.
So Zechos is gonna look around at these boys playing around with some bottle of piss, and she's gonna take her great axe and go try to find a tree and cut it down.
Calias follows suit with Zechos.
All right.
I guess I'll go look for some things to twine together to make freaking some rope.
Okay. Just tell me your rolls when you're ready, and you should all be seeing
you
should all be seeing your characters now. So feel free to move them as you want to try to find the things you're looking for.
Should I do
Okay,
survival to find the tree?
If you're trying to cut it down, I'd be good with
No. That's what you know.
athletics or sorry, having a quick brain fart here. Athletics or construction or survival. Okay, so you take your weapon and you just really go into that tree and you get yourself a few pieces of wood that are very suitable for a raft. Okay, and then
I'll haul them to the beach.
okay, Vigilance. You're trying to think about how to make rope, and for some reason you just think you have to pee again.
It's all the waste from the water. I can't help it.
You
Don't
may
drink.
want to get that checked out.
Tiny overfilled bladders. Calias, what was the athletics check for? Are you hunting for wood too?
Cutting down trees.
Okay. So you managed to find a little bit of wood that's useful.
Calias admires Zechos' flex.
That was for rope and trying to make...
Okay, so you're looking for some vines, but you're just like they're actually above you, but you're looking at the base of the tree thinking they're growing from the bottom, and you're just not sure why you can't find any.
Did anybody in the first thing have a log issue when you were fighting the goblins? Because I'm staring at the log and I'm having a log issue.
I'm having flashbacks of this log, and I'm gonna step away from it.
Which log?
Basically, if you've been in any of my games or a game with me, I'm gonna mark something for you real quick. Logs like this are cursed and should never be gone near, or they will destroy your soul.
They
Oh,
make
no.
one target, and everything misses.
Yes, you will not hit any targets, and eventually the log will come for you.
I'm suddenly having flashbacks to whenever I blinded myself with my own spell.
Welcome to one of my games. Logs are your worst fucking enemy.
Zechos remembers that.
Getting an eye twitch, trying to remember what's going on in my past.
Like, Zechos feels like she remembers something she doesn't want to remember.
I remember too much.
Oh god.
This might sound crazy. Can I find this little bottle of water and maybe some berries, not using the piss water, to brew some drinks just for refreshing?
Throw me a herb lore check if you're trying to find berries. Sure.
Herb lore. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say survival work for that too. Honestly, you're trying to find food in the forest.
Calias, upon realizing that he is not doing well with the trees, continues to let Zechos flex on those trees and tries to see if he can't collect some of the seawater and see if he can't get a fire going and purify what water he can to make drinkable water for everyone, since if we're going to be traveling on a boat here soon, we're going to need drinkable water.
Okay. Survival check for
Zechos will
that.
grab a branch and light it on fire like a torch and hand it to Calias.
Okay.
I just look down in shame, take the branch, and walk away.
So Zechos, that athletics check, was that for fire or still wood gathering?
That's for gathering more wood.
Okay. So you managed to get another 2 bundles of wood. You'll have almost a good amount for building a raft. And Callus, that survival check, you managed to start a fire and get some water, but you're still trying to figure out how you can make this drinkable without killing yourself.
I'm gonna use herb lore.
All right.
I want to, with the little time that I have while everyone else is focusing on their projects, I want to try to make a small twine hut that I can use to catch the water, like the steam boiling water, as well as a bowl, like a capturing pool underneath it, so that I can collect the water that drips down.
Okay.
Sounds like a weaving check.
A what?
Weaving and uncommon skills if you have it.
I don't have that.
Then
Yeah.
I would go with survival,
Survival?
or even possibly metagaming, if you knew about this in your your earthly life. Maybe you watched a lot of Survivor Man, or you watched Mythbusters.
No, I read a lot of survival books due to my father.
I hear you.
Apparently, my metagame is not high enough.
42 says so tracking.
Okay. What are you trying to track? The Dungeon Mother. Okay.
Tracks.
Okay. So you go in the forest and you see some tracks, like something's been roaming around this area relatively recently, but you can't quite make out what it is, but it does look like it would be a decent size. And Calias, for your metagaming, you think back trying to remember, like watching like Discovery Channel, like you're trying to think of Survivor Man or Bear Grylls, but all you can think of is Mythbusters and just bombs going off. And you kind of just smile, but you don't get any further than that.
I'm gonna use herb. Go ahead.
Any of that check for the survival for Elkin doing the berries and trying to make some drinkable water? I have brewing. That's why that's what I'm getting to.
Oh, I mean, so okay, yeah. So there you are. So yeah, you found some berries, and right now you're you're boiling some water and trying to make some what's effectively some grape tasting Kool-Aid without the sugar. So throw me. Ooh, brewing check. I love it. Okay, so you managed to make, we'll say, 3 portions of essentially grape Kool-Aid. And yeah, we're just gonna say for this one, they'll do a little bit of rehydration and possibly some healing.
I'm going to use Herbal to try to remember where vines are so I can stop making rope.
Okay.
Haha, I found them!
Okay, so an acorn falls on your head, and you look up, and you just see all the vines in the world in the like in the lower levels of this tree, and you just scream, "Yarika!"
We have a rope, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta make it now.
I want to take a moment and try to remember my Disney Channel again, or Discovery Channel,
Okay.
and see if I can't remember this.
Okay.
You might remember your Disney Channel instead.
So vigilance. You managed to find 2 units of vine. It's most of what you would need to make a boat, but you're not quite at enough yet.
He did remember Disney Channel.
So yeah, now
I specifically remember the Rocket episode of MythBusters, which is absolutely unnecessary for making.
which
purified
one?
water.
Every 5th episode has a damn rocket, man. I should know. I'm binge watching the seasons right now.
Welcome to the Failure Club, Zechos.
Oh god,
This is practice swing.
if she failed, I'm just gonna say y'all all died from meteor impact because y'all fucked. Like in every game she's been in, she's the high roller. If she's failing this early, I'm losing hope. Okay. So Zechos, you go to swing at the tree that you've been just annihilating because you haven't learned your lesson not to beat up trees, and a root kind of shifts unnoticed and trips you a bit. And you kind of just fall on the ground in mid-swing.
She's at least glad that Calias didn't see that.
Calias, what was the perception check for? Were you trying to see that? I don't think there's love anywhere in that lovely relationship,
I
Zechos.
love it.
Okay, you might. Oh god, so,
Does anybody have weaving?
I do.
No.
yeah, I believe it's an uncommon skill. Other than weaving, if you were trying to make rope, survival would work just as well.
If you need me to hug it, I can grapple the hell out of it. That's about it.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to other games. Okay. So, y'all almost have enough wood and vine to make this boat, but you're still just a little bit short on both.
I'm
Alright,
looking
so I'm
for
gonna-
more of
Zechos, same thing happens again, but this time you hit the ground a bit harder, and you just don't know what's going on. Elkin, you managed to find 2 more units of vine. You look like you have enough to make the boat once you have all the wood, and yet you have a little bit extra now.
I want to try to concentrate as hard as possible to remember that specific episode of MythBusters. Concentration or metagaming? Your choice.
Let's go with concentration, because I don't think that's failed you yet. So, you sit down, like, sitting Indian style, and you just, like, you start thinking and thinking, and if you've seen the video or the meme of, like, the teenager whose veins are exploding out of his head, you look like that. Just like eyes about to bulge out of your head, just trying to think. And
I want to do something real quick. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Give me just 1 second.
All right.
I sit next down to Calias, and I'm going to start trying to weave the stuff.
Jesus.
How many hundreds did you just roll there?
1,000.
So you
I just
basically,
rolled 1,000.
and you rolled really bad on a lot of them, it looks like.
Slightly higher than average.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can't reset my RNG.
Let's just hope that wasn't the best roll you had today.
Hey, Zechos is gonna try on these trades that was not giving her shit before, and she's gonna
Okay.
try to hack them.
And Elkin, again, you're sitting there and you're thinking about making another pee bottle, but you don't have to go quite so soon. Okay, Calias. So, after almost giving yourself an aneurysm, you think of the episode of Mythbusters where they're trapped on an island with nothing but duct tape, and you remember Jamie or Adam trying to basically make a little solar drip out of duct tape, and you can't quite do the same thing here, but you do think of a way to purify water to make some of it drinkable.
Oh, that was a good one, Elkins.
Hold up.
Elkins,
For the people at
you're hurting
home, he
us all.
says. For the people at home, Elkins just said, Calias is making water next to me. I'm thinking of pour the pea water in his pot, thinking about it.
Oh, God.
I consider it.
This is fantastic.
I'm going to try to find some palms to make a sail for our little raft.
Okay.
So we don't take 3 years to try to get to an island.
Okay. So yeah, you're still missing a little bit of wood. Oh, never mind. I think Zechos just fixed that.
I just had to teach it a lesson with some fire first.
Oh, so you burnt it a little bit just to show it who's boss.
Dominance.
Oh. Next year, someone's gonna be casting like weak control mind on a tree or some shit. Okay, so you managed to hit 2 units of wood. So now you have enough for your boat with a little bit extra. So now you have all the materials, a tad bit extra to make this raft. Did y'all want to start trying to put this in together?
Yes,
try.
with a freaking sail.
Okay. So yeah. Start trying for it. Survival
Nice.
check. Okay. So what was the survival for building the boat or looking for a sail, possibly?
Building the boat.
I did the hublo check for looking for the sail.
Okay, I see that. Okay, so vigilance. You go out and you seem to find some branches, some rather thick leaves you could possibly fashion into a sail. Elkin, you have a pretty solid idea on how this raft should be looking. So you start putting it together, and it's not done. You look like it's probably about a third of the way, but it's taking a bit of shape. On the other hand, Vigilance and Zechos are kind of just, kicking logs down the beach, thinking they're being productive and trying to smooth out the logs, but they're really just putting.
We got this, Zechos.
And then Calios starts. He realizes he has to go take a poop, and so he wanders off to a tree, and he's kind of thinking, if it comes out, can it go back in?
Oh no! We don't need another chapter. We don't need that chapter to come out loud again.
Oh, God bless y'all's horrible rolls.
This is gonna be a fun game.
I'm terrified for combat. We're all gonna get killed by the first boss.
I think y'all likely to kill each other. Food poisoning and shit.
Elkin's for the win. He's gonna build the boat all by himself.
At this rate.
Elkin is roast one.
So, you're in this manic frenzy of construction. You are channeling every builder that's ever existed. You feel a
Bomb builder, for example.
you feel a mustache start coming off your face. Like you're in the zone. You're so close to finishing this boat.
Zechos
Let's
doesn't
see if I
want to
can
do
help
a
him.
good thing and sees Elkin almost.
I did run a good thing.
Vigilance, you go over to try to help Elkin, but you kind of just end up getting hit in the head with a hammer as he's rearing back to hit it in. He hits you with it, and you kind of just fall down dazed.
I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a 5 damage for that.
Zechos is gonna try to find like a bowl-shaped rock, or at least a rock she can try to hack at to make a bowl-shaped rock.
Okay.
And we have a bowl.
Yeah.
And we
So
have an amazing bowl.
yeah, no, you used your fire to basically sculpt a bowl out of a rock, and it was very quite impressive. We're all somewhat stunned. And Elkin, you're still just channeling the gods of construction. Somehow you single-handedly made this boat with all of everyone around you just trying to get in your way. You persevered and you did the impossible. You found your team away off this godforsaken island, and you just let out a blood-curdling screech. Wilson!
Alright. Does our boat have the sail, or do we still have to build the sail onto it?
Elkin got the sail on there.
Alright.
Okay, so you have your boat made, you have a bowl, and you have some Kool-Aid and some questionable water. What do y'all want to try to do now?
Zechos is going to fill this bowl with the water from the pond down here, and
Okay.
then she's gonna boil it for these boys.
I'm gonna look for some berries, so that way we can have some food when we leave this place.
Okay. So for berries, oh yeah, you find a tiny little patch of berries, and you have a single unit of berries.
Good enough. Someone did fishing. Maybe we get some fish.
Okay. So Elkin, how are you fishing?
I'm going to take a kind of stick that I found while I was constructing like a
I
mad
hand
thief.
him my spear, so that way he can
I was
spearfish.
I was going to take a small stick that I found and craft it alongside of it and just walk into the shallows and spear some stuff.
Okay. So yeah, with that, you get really lucky and manage to hit a fish, and you actually manage to get your spear back.
I'm eating
Calias,
before we go.
Calias wants to go over to Elkin and see if he has an extra bit of twine that he can borrow.
There was some left over, if I'm correct in saying that we had surplus in all the material.
Yeah, we had a little bit left. Did you want to give it over to him since you were basically in the construction chief job? You basically have all the materials sorted out. So there's basically a single unit of wood and vine left over, waiting to be used for something. So yeah, if you want to, yeah. And Zechos, you said you were doing something. You were boiling water, correct?
Yes.
Give me a survival or cooking check for that.
She burnt the water.
I knocked the water over.
Hey, it's a good chef that can boil water.
She mistakenly grabs the bottle of pea water and is boiling it.
We're dead.
This doesn't smell right.
Yep.
We're gonna be the first group that
so-
kills themselves.
Callius wants to take the extra bit of twine and tie it onto a couple of arrows and tie the other end of the twine onto his waist. And he's going bow fishing.
Okay, roll me fishing if you got it, or survival. And yeah, Zechos, you now have some boiling pea water.
I'm gonna dump this out and try again.
Okay.
Hey!
Okay, so on your second attempt, oh no wait. Are those both for fishing? Calias.
Yes.
So your first attempt is just horrible. You're lucky you don't hit yourself with the arrow. Your second attempt, for the next 20 or so minutes, you're kind of on a roll. You managed to get 3 units of fish.
I'm gonna stand guard while everyone else is doing this, so I don't get in the way of anyone again.
Zechos,
I'm gonna stand on the big rock.
you're still just like, you're feeling pure fury and hatred at these trees, and you put a little too much oomph into the fire, and you actually damage your bowl a little bit as you just evaporate all the water. And Elkin, were you cooking fish?
Yes, I put it on the spear to kind of roast.
Okay, so yeah, you make a half decent fish. It's nothing special, but it's not going to give you food poisoning. So you have a cooked fish.
I'm gonna cast
What's
weak.
your beginning command?
What's that?
I was asking Zechos what her beginning command for whenever she does call out prompts.
Oh, it's /ME.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna do a cast of weak haste on myself, and then into stealth and keep watch for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say, all right, so we got some edible food, we got some drinkable water, we have a boat. Wait, scratch that. I have edible food, I have some drinkable water. You might be okay. We have a boat. Do we want to go?
Okay, so at this point of the day, the sun is starting to set. It's been a long day. Y'all have had a sad mix of productivity and just complete bullshittery. So yeah, the sun is starting to go down, and
What a way to say that.
so the sun's going down, and all the wind around you kind of just dies off, and you don't see any waves coming in from the ocean. It just looks dead silent.
We should wait for morning, so that way we can go out with the tide.
Guys, I feel like we need more food.
Calias is going to continue bow fishing.
I'll
You want to
assist
say?
by providing a light lure with a lit branch.
So let's say I try to bow fish for the next couple of hours until sunset.
It's already sunset.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to bow fish for like the next hour.
Okay, what do the rest of y'all want to do right now while he's setting up his fishing equipment?
I'm gonna keep guard up on the rock and stealth.
For the whole night?
No, we're gonna take shifts, definitely. But I'm gonna take the first shift.
Okay, so since y'all want to do shifts, could y'all click on your icons and then do me a combat speed? Make ourselves a roster here. Okay, and who was doing it first? That's on patrol right now.
Vigilance.
Okay, we're gonna change yours because that's a little too low since we're doing it.
400. Dear God, I'm awesome.
Okay, and there's the last one. So let's adjust this. Okay, so this is how the turn order is gonna be: Vigilance, Elkin, Zechos, 42, and Calias. So basically how this is gonna go. Each person's gonna take a 2-hour shift. So while you're not on shift, what do y'all want to be doing? Just want to be sleeping? We have Calias who's fishing for the next hour, and Vigilance, he's starting his patrols. What are the rest of y'all gonna do? Take a good night's rest? I believe I believe Elkin was eating his fish after basically just being the savior of the day.
While I wait for my second shift, I'm trying to make more drinkable water with some berries and.
Okay. Tell me cooking or survival. No, that's
Also, did you see my fishing checks?
okay. So you managed to get.
I did one fishing check for each 15-minute interval.
That works. So you managed to catch 7 fish.
Awesome.
Okay, and Elkin, you managed to make 2 units of water. And Zechos, you think fishing involves trying to slice them in half with your sword, and you're not doing very well at it. Zechos is having some, midlife crisis moments right now. Yes, Elkin is just draining your soul power. Okay, so did y'all want to do anything else before y'all head out for the night?
Zechos will make sure we have a good fire going.
Okay. Where's that fire going to be?
I'm gonna do it on the beach so we don't set the field on fire.
On the log.
So I'm assuming just like...
Can't do the bug.
Can't anger it. So I'm assuming this is right here where you're at. That's where you're going to start the fire?
Yeah.
Right here? Okay. And were the rest of y'all going to just camp around the fire in this general location? Okay. So, y'all start taking shifts, and, the night seems quiet so far. It has gone on to Zechos. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Yeah. Basically, Zechos, you're awake right now patrolling the area, and you hear this rustling out in the forest. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to perceive what I can see with my weak human eyes in the dark.
Okay. And you don't have night vision, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, are you by the fire still, or have you been walking around?
I'll say I've been walking around. Like, if I heard something, I probably would have walked up to where the greenery starts to look further.
Okay. So, you see something, but it's more of just like a large shape. There's something out there, definitely, but other than that, it's so dark and so far away, you can't tell anything else about it.
I'm going to go back to the group and shake each one awake and like, hey, there's something out here.
Okay, everyone give me another combat speed. Let's see how y'all wake up.
I roll over.
Oh, the curse continues. Okay, so Zechos comes back to the group, and it's towards the end of her shift. She didn't sleep well, and she's just really tired, and she's like, hey, there's something here, and everyone else is just dead tired. Like, you're super groggy. Everyone except 42. He's a light sleep. He pops up, and he's just like, what is it? And then, in the darkness, you see something approaching you, and it's this large creature-looking thing. It looks like a giant bear with spikes on his back, and you see it slowly start approaching you. Where's my button? There's my button.
Zechos is gonna tap her warhammer so she can try to get a better light of it, and you should be able to turn my aura on so everyone else can.
Double click.
Or
There you go. Oh, why did it not stay on? Huh, it came on for a second. Why did it go away?
There's the aura.
Y'all can see my light.
It keeps going away.
I did see a light. The light's gone now.
Yeah, it keeps going away as soon as I said it.
are you hitting save changes at the bottom?
Yeah. Like, it shows up, then it just disappears again.
I wonder if it's because of my push to talk button. Hold on, let me try something.
Okay. Yeah, it should be on right now. It's on now, yeah.
Okay, I think we were just both in it, and so.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, basically that field around her, you can see clearly, like she has a very bright flame. And so yeah, we're at the top of the round. You have this crazy giant porcupine thing, charging at y'all, like seeing this bright light. It's coming straight for it. 42, you're up.
Okay, I will be casting Weak Blinding Light. So 69 versus dodge.
69 versus dodge. That hits. So what does that one do?
He is blind. Negative 25 to dodge. It takes damage, but one target on hit, target takes and is blinded. Here doesn't get the description of blinded, but he'll take a bit of damage.
And you say he does take damage, or he's just blinded?
No, I'm going to roll the damage right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you cast this brilliant white light. Think of, Gandalf, blinding Orakai bright. And it sears his eyes, and he takes a little bit of damage from it.
And you'd have to look at the rules to find out the effect of blinded.
Yeah. We should be
He's
good.
blinded until the end of 42's next turn.
Yeah. Okay. Were you going to move any 42?
Nope.
Okay, then. So, this young Porky Bear, he is, well, for lack of a better term, he's blinded. And he is not happy about it. So he's just basically going to come running forward in this blind rage.
Towards the light.
Yep, towards the last thing he saw. And he is basically
He
just
is now
going...
in effective range.
He is just going to kind of like turn his back to y'all and launch his quills at everyone in this general direction. So let's see how this does. Okay, so basically,
Ow.
everyone in this arc right here basically does 104 break your armor.
Yep.
That doubles my armor.
Okay, so everyone except 42. Let me know how that... Let's see here. Let's see what this damage does. So if it's not a crit...
It's more than 50 is double.
Yep. So if 104 is 50 over your armor, you take 12. If it's not, you take 6.
I only take 6.
Okay. Feel free to change your own HPs. I trust you.
Sounds good.
And for everyone this hits, basically you now have some rather large quills, almost the size of small daggers, sticking out of you in various places. If it was a crit to you, it hit you in the chest several times. If it wasn't a crit, it's in your arms and legs. And 42, you kind of just like look at the group and think, damn, that was lucky.
Pure skill.
Yep.
Pure skill.
Okay.
I hold up my hand and say, hey, can I keep this?
As it's covered in your blood. All right, Elkin, on to you.
I'm going to move up one space, and I am going to cast Command, and he has to. There it is. This is mental capabilities.
That's weak command?
That's weak command, so I take control of him if I
No.
win.
Read the spell.
Okay, so
Yes, it is a simple command of my choosing. Yes.
Right. Or am I wrong, or isn't that the one that's supposed to have to be against intelligent creature?
I'm looking at it right now.
I think he can do a simple command as long as it's not
Yeah.
against his nature.
And you're within 20. It does a simple command if you're choosing on its next turn. Attack, move, run, stand still, etc. If the command would cause damage or go against their normal behavior, it does nothing on its turn. It only works on humanoids. Why can't I scroll down? It has more text. Let me read it. Okay, so this only works on humanoids, and this is most certainly not a humanoid.
Oh, I
Damn.
did not see that.
Yeah, you have to kind of scroll down in the spell. It only works on humanoids of level 9 or lower.
No! The one thing
Okay, so
I kept rereading and rereading and rereading. It's like, I just want to make sure this is right. I've been wanting to use the spell.
so you go to cast the spell, and if this had been a humanoid, it definitely would have hit it, but it kind of just looks in your direction, blinded as it is, just feeling you're trying to do something, but nothing really happens.
Darn. Just so you know, my plan was I wanted to walk in the water and go fishing.
Did you want to do
But
any
if his head was underwater, I would have grappled his head and kept him under.
Good thinking. Did you want to do any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Right there.
All right, on to Calias.
Calias runs up to Zeko in a ready stance and says, Zeko, I noticed that you could light things on fire earlier. Can you light my greatsword on fire?
This can happen.
I draw my greatsword and I get ready for the next round of porcupines. That's it for my turn.
Okay,
You can
Zechos.
hold your action until after I do it, and then he comes near.
What's up?
I was asking Calias if he's going to hold his action until after I light his thing on fire and the porcupine gets in range.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, Zechos.
So I'm going to touch the sword and do another flaming weapon on Calias' greatsword. And I'm also going to probably back the heck up because I can't attack right now.
All right.
Making Calias the target now.
Alrighty.
Small river elf draws aggro with greatsword. Let's do this. Flaming greatsword.
I have an idea.
Oh god. Okay. Vigilance.
Alright, so I move up behind Calias and say, do you trust me?
No, but go ahead.
I use weak air push on him to send him flying at the young porcupine to try to do a flying stab with his flaming greatsword.
Alright, so I'm gonna willingly take it, flying at the porcupine.
How was your dodge, Vigilance? Or, Callius? What's your dodge?
My dodge?
Yeah.
If he's willing, does that play into play?
It does.
My dodge is 33.
Okay. So, Vigilance, you go running up to try to, basically force push him, but you're not really that good at aiming, and you're running through sandy beaches, so you only kind of glance him, so he kind of just moves the wrong way, away from the porky bear, and he's now over here.
Yeah, and I thought that'd be a cool combo.
It's like, no, but okay. Upon being pushed in the wrong direction, I think I was supposed to go the other way.
Oh, 42. It is all you. Can you save this debacle?
Have we even hit the bear yet?
Yes. Once. And it was 42.
Well, actually, since my greatsword's on fire, shouldn't I also be giving out a fire aura?
Good point.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, no. His sword's on fire too, so it's like what you can see. Is there some? Okay, why is it not working on you? How did you fix it on yours? Because I have it clicked on his, but it's not showing up.
What's the effective radius? Zechos?
20.
20?
Yep.
There you go.
And then you go, you as the GM will go into My Token, go into Advanced Options.
Yeah, no, I have it set to be seen, and so you can edit it, so it can be seen.
Okay.
So,
Yep,
yeah.
I can see it.
So I guess
So now he has
you have
two
to
fire
turn it
sources.
on. Yeah. And now all of you are so visible once his blindness wears off.
Well, it's now worn off.
No,
Well,
it's not.
it wears off
It doesn't wear off
after
till the
his
end of
turn.
my next turn.
Okay.
Well, it is your turn now, so after this turn it's going to wear off.
We'll say. I'm going to cast. Weak blinding light. No, it does not have a cooldown. Let's see. It's a 77 versus his dodge.
Okay, that hits.
For damage.
Okay. 4 damage. Okay, so you managed to blind him again, do a little bit of damage, but I mean he doesn't look any worse for wear. You're basically just shining a super bright flashlight in his eye and kind of slightly burning his retina. Did you want to do any movements?
Nope.
Okay. Onto our beautiful Porky Bear. He's basically just gonna come running forward until he runs into Vigilance, and he's just gonna start throwing. Just start biting randomly. So, does a 34 hit you against armor?
I only got a 59 armor.
So it doesn't hit you then. Okay.
Doesn't he get negative 25 to out his hit because of being blind?
He has a penalty on his dodge, but I'm basically just taking off half of his actual hits while he's blinded. So basically anything he rolls,
Okay.
just cut it in half. That's how I'm doing blindness.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. He
Since I
bites
have
at
a ready
you.
action and he's now in range, can I now attack him?
Yeah, no, yeah. You can do that as he's like running. He's running past you. What's this?
Hey.
Not bad. That is actually a crit.
So that does 40 damage to him.
Yeah. So you wrecked him. How'd you do it? Give us the story.
So as he's running past, I see him blinded running past. I sweep low and go for his legs, and he tumbles, while also taking carcerating scorch burns to his legs.
Yeah, no, he is messed up. All right, on to Elkin.
I'm going to step up to his face, and I have a flail, so I am going to whack his face, majority right around his eye.
Fucking Zechos.
Just crying in the middle of a battle.
Tears of kinship.
Okay, so Elkin, you go to swing at him, and it's a really light swing. Kind of just bounces off his spikes. Doesn't do anything. Did you want to do any more movements, or are you done?
No, I can't. I don't want to move out of his range.
Okay, on to Calias.
I now, while he's blind and distracted, full on get into a better position and attack him again.
Okay.
And I don't hit him that time.
No, so
Upon moving over and I go to hit him, I trip and stumble while trying to balance the 50-pound greatsword.
Okay, yeah, on to Zechos.
I'm gonna
This is the
move
way.
up now. And swing my great axe.
Oh, the log giveth and the log taketh.
At least I tried to. There it goes.
Yeah, no, it could be kind of slow sometimes. Okay, so that 86, that hits him, but it's not a crit. So, yeah, how'd you mess him up?
I just like go and I'm gonna like whack with my great axe and try to hack his tail off.
You get a good chunk of his tail. It's kind of hanging there by a bit. All right then, if there's nothing else, to vigilance.
Which direction is the bear facing?
He's facing towards you. Because
Aw.
he was trying to bite at you before.
Well, I'm gonna try to stab him with my spear then. Maybe?
Nope. So you go to stab him, and it kind of just bounces off his thick pelt and doesn't do anything to him.
Drat.
Okay, were you gonna do any movements after that, or are you just gonna stay there?
I'm good. I'm gonna just hunker down, hide behind my shield.
All right, 42. Back to you.
Let's see. Gonna change it up. Gonna try and hit him with my great sword.
Those seem to be working tonight.
They hit hard.
Okay, so you do manage.
Are you using your macros? 42?
6, yeah.
So
62 versus his damage.
yeah, you managed to do some damage. Give me a damage roll.
Nice.
Jeez,
50.
those great swords don't fuck around. So
It's D12 plus the
12
attack.
plus 7.
so how do you want to do that damage? Like, how do you want to hit him?
Oh, well, I came up, wanted to hit him in the back. Oh, how's he facing?
So you were on his right. He's not facing you.
Okay. Basically, I just came up and I just thrust into his back haunch. Basically, I stuck him in the butt inside there. Just let out a very loud.
Oh, it's like you're
Phenomenal.
It's like you're murdering an Ewok. I approve. Okay, so you do this very gaseous wound to him, and he is just enraged by it. So, for the first time in this fight, he's not blind, and he just got shanked in the ass, and he is not happy with it. And he looks at you, 42, and he's just gonna take a massive bite at you. Does an 86
Ow.
hit you?
It'll hit, but it's base damage.
Okay. All right. So he clomps down on your left shoulder and just digs in for 9 damage.
Okay.
All right. On to Elkin.
I'm gonna frail him in the eyes again and hope his wits latch on to his eyes.
Okay. So that manages to hit. It doesn't quite hit where you want. You hit him more in the chest, but you do manage to do some damage to him. All right. To Calias.
Calias is going to try to take a swing at one of his legs. Tell me I take the leg off.
Let's see. So yeah, you do manage to hit him, and you don't quite completely sever his leg, but it's barely attached. It's not even useful anymore. And
So he takes 20 damage.
yep. And he is just not a happy camper. Like, he's been stabbed in all the wrong places. His tail and his leg are kind of just hanging there. He's not getting away from this at this point. All right, to Zechos.
She's gonna try to hit for the same opening that Calias did, and with her great axe. It's on the wrong side of the body.
So you're trying to
Good
hit
combine.
through his body, like just completely forgetting you're on the wrong side of him, and you don't really hit anything. Your sword kind of just bounces off him and almost comes back and hits you in the face.
She's just gonna sigh and hope this is over soon so she can go back to bed.
She's like, "This is my guard shift. I'm so sleepy, guys." On the vigilance.
I'm going to take careful aim and aim for the brown eye and stab. And I pierce through his brown eye.
Yeah, you manage to hit him. It's not a crit, but you do some damage to him.
And I stay down and hunker behind my shield.
I got it. Back to the top of the round with 42.
We'll take another swing. Great sword.
God, a party full of greatswords is kind of terrifying.
66 versus armor.
That hits him. It's not a crit, but it hits him.
11.
Okay, where were you hitting him at?
Still, basically, just pulling out the greatsword, poking it into his backside once again. Really trying to aim for the hip bone.
Yeah.
I just want to
You're trying to take off the rest of his leg.
I mean, y'all are racking him up pretty good. Okay, so Forte, you just stabbed him again, and he's still aiming at you because for some reason you just don't start messing him up. So he's gonna take another bite at you. How's a 34?
Yes.
So he goes to snap at you, and you kind of just, slightly move to the left, and he just completely misses you. Okay, on to Elkin.
I'm going to frail him and bring it down upon his head real hard. Let's see what happens.
Okay, the 59 does hit. All right, so you go to smash his skull in, and you get a glancing blow. He feels it, but it doesn't do too much damage. But he is looking, very close to death. He's barely hanging in there. All right, Calias.
I am looking to try to finish him off. This next swing is going to try to sever his head.
Okay, so you go back, and you're going for a decapitation blow, and you do cut very deeply into his neck, but you get about a third of the way, and you hit his spine, and your blade just stops. He's still alive, but just barely. Alrighty.
Yeah, the flaming greatsword hanging out of his neck. I'm just like,
Oh, wait, yeah, no, it is flaming.
Zechos, 42, finish him.
Actually, no, never mind. You do kill him. If it's still flaming, you do kill him.
Yeah, it's flaming.
Okay, yeah, so
Flaming lasts for 10 minutes.
okay, yeah, so you actually you cut clean through his head, almost like a lightsaber, and his head just falls off to the side.
Just that full lunar arc swing with the greatsword. Just, you see the trail of the flame as it comes through.
Yep.
And his head topples.
Okay, so y'all have managed to kill this thing. What do you want to do now?
I look around and say, anyone up for some peasant stew?
Sure.
Alright, let's roll some cooking things then.
I'll keep watch while they're setting. While who's ever setting that up.
Okay. So we got some cooking going on, and we got some healing. Oh, Calias has become the Zechos of fighting, and Elkin has become the Zechos of utility. This is wonderful.
I'm just useless this game, sorry.
You taught them everything you knew, and then they kind of just sucked your knowledge out of your body.
Zechos gave me a fire sword.
My look stat is way down this form.
Okay, so vigilance. I assume you're cooking this basically like bear meat. You managed to cook a unit of it, but it has this really rotten, rank smell. It's edible, but man, does it stink. And now you have a single unit of it. You still have plenty of corpse left, though.
While he's still doing that, can I come up and try to help?
Yeah, sure.
Never mind. He's doing a great job.
So you come up and you're kind of like, hey, man, we should
Use the piss water.
yeah. You try to bring some piss water over, thinking it's the Kool-Aid water, and Vigilance just kind of like looks at you and threatens to stab you, and you back off. Whereas Zechos, are you helping them cook, or are you cooking your own little bit?
I will try to correct so we can get the most out of this meat.
Okay. Yeah, no, like if you all want to do a mass cooking check, we could do that too. So we have.
I'm getting the salt that I boiled
All right.
for making jerky.
All right.
If I had spears at us, does it have any more of those spears on us? On it?
The ones you're using for fishing?
No, the ones that the porcupine fired at us.
Oh, yeah,
Does it
no.
have any more of those on its body?
It has a few.
Can I roll to try to scavenge those?
Yeah, sure. Give me a check of.
I would think they could be used as throwing spikes.
Yeah, you could probably fashion some into that. Let's see. Where's my thing? There you are. Come on, computer. Work for me once. Yeah, throw me like a survival or some such for trying to, scavenging. That works. Yeah, so you managed to get out, we'll say 5 spikes, which you could either use as tiny daggers or, like kind of throwing knives or spears. Like all of his large spikes were shot at you, so only has like his small ones left. And then, did anyone else want to help with the cooking, or just the 3 of you? Okay, then we have. So y'all managed to make 4 edible units of meat. So some piss water might have gotten added in and ruined a little bit. Y'all aren't sure. You're just playing it safe. But you have 5 left over.
With that, Elkin is going to sleep.
All right. Did y'all want to do anything else, or you just want to finish out the watch rotation until morning?
Zechos is gonna burn what we couldn't use from the body.
Okay, then.
Calias is going to take the next shift.
Okay. So, as everything settles down, you have a burning body over here, and you have the patrols, guarding the camp. The next few hours pass by relatively normally. As the sun starts to rise, you hear roaring coming from the forest, and it sounds like a lot.
I just want to make sure I heard you right. You said roaring, not voring, right?
No, roaring, like the roar of what only sounds like a much bigger bear creature, like the one you heard earlier. It didn't sound that intimidating. The one you hear now, imagine something akin to a T-Rex.
Everyone on boat now.
All right, give me a combat speed real quick. Let me clean this one out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go for
I'm
it.
scared.
Oh, why don't you clean out?
Oh, Calias is fast.
I say all the way.
Oh, we've got robots.
Okay, so as y'all are getting the boat ready, Zechos and Vigilance, they're just in a real stupor. Like Zechos barely got any sleep. She's really hurting right now. And 42, he stayed on patrol a little long, and he's still basically just sleeping. He hasn't even woken up yet. So the only ones really, getting the boat ready are Calias and Elkin. Y'all are the only 2 actually, trying to load the boat and get things ready. And
Calias, upon noticing 42 still being asleep, runs over and tries to lift him to carry him to the boat.
give me athletics.
I can't lift him.
Oh, a crit fail. So you go to like pick him up, but you forgot to use your back, and you kind of just feel something in your back crack a little bit. And let's.
I smack him on the face. Wake up!
I would say that probably won't.
And Calias, you take 4 damage from a hurt back.
Fantastic.
And throughout the night, you all healed and gained back your mana. So the only damage right now is a busted back with 4 points.
Okay. I've adjusted mine.
Zechos didn't get very far. She's gonna try to help and also, like, pull him.
Okay. So with your combined efforts,
Ooh.
you all managed to get on the boat, but you're not able to grab many of the supplies you had prepared. So you only are able to bring with you a bottle of piss, a single bear steak, and a fish. Everything else was either lost or left behind while you're trying to drag people to the boat.
When we get on the boat, I cast
Calias
weak
hobbles
push.
back to the boat.
What's that?
With my vigilance, can I grab a quick tooth and some twine, the leftover?
Sure.
Cool.
I said Calias hobbles back to the boat with a hurt back.
Let's get that old man
Whenever-
back. And
Go ahead.
yes, Zechos, you were so tired you forgot your pot.
When everyone gets on the boat, I cast weak air push on the sail to make us go out there fast.
Alrighty.
Calias, with a hurt back, tries to push the boat out into mid-waist water so that the weak air push is not ineffective, seeing as how we're still on the bank.
Oh man. Okay, so you guys, you managed to get.
Hey, that one works.
So you managed to get out on the raft, and as you're leaving the water, you're all paddling frantically, and you're trying to force push your sail, and as you get about 30 or 40 feet out into the water, and you look back and you see this massive bear, easily 3 times the size as what is apparently the baby that you fought last night, come crashing out of the tree line. And
Ooh.
he sees you and he just starts running out into the water in heart pursuit. So all of you give me either a sailing check or an athletics check.
Can I make a ranged check to shoot him in the face?
If you want to choose not to paddle and shoot, sure.
Can I make an instill fear check to try to get him?
What's that?
Can I use instill fear to try to make the bear stay still?
You can try.
Actually, better yet, how far away is the bear?
He's about 30 feet.
Fantastic. I want to drop a fog spell right on top of us.
Okay. So we have 3 who are frantically paddling this boat, trying to get away. So, your instill fear vigilance, it doesn't do anything. Like, you try to puff out your chest, look tough, and this thing is just pissed. Like, like
I yell at it.
you killed its baby. It's coming for you.
Your son tasted great, and it just pisses the bear off.
So you
After casting the weak fog spell, immediately grab a paddle and start paddling.
Yeah, I stopped paddling too.
Okay. So then, throw me your athletics or sailings when you start paddling. Thank God Zechos did a good roll. Okay. So, with the fog helping, disrupt your location, the bear, it comes up about 10 feet to your left, and you can feel it just swim past you, but it misses you, and you all are just frantically paddling the boat the other way, and you've just barely managed to escape it.
Did the fog spell help at all?
Yes, if it hadn't been there, it would have caught you. Like, it actually swam past you. Y'all weren't rowing fast enough.
Fantastic.
Just
Can I
slightly.
make a check on the sun to see what direction we need to go?
Sure, throw me survival. Okay, so after you've escaped this massive, T-Rex of a bear, you get out into the open ocean, and the water beneath you, it's ocean water. It's salty. The smell burns your nose a little bit, but the water's very clear, and you can see that there's lots of fish down there swimming. There's schools of them everywhere. Getting your bearings, it's rather easy in the ocean. You can see the island behind you, but it's growing in the distance. It's getting smaller, and at this point, you've been rowing for a few hours. Everyone, give me another round of athletics or sailing, please.
Zechos did the majority of the work at first. She's tired.
Right.
Now I'm doing the majority of the work to make up for the fact I pissed off the bear.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, poor Zechos. Okay, so y'all have been paddling nonstop for most of this day. Unfortunately, most of you aren't that good at it, so instead of having a nice streamlined, both sides are moving together, it's quite choppy, and even though you've been giving it your all, you haven't actually gone that far. And you're more tired than you would normally think you are. So, as the night comes around, you're all just feeling extremely exhausted, and let's get a fortitude check. Let's see how much y'all are feeling this.
Ooh.
Oh God. Okay, so
I'm down.
Zechos and Elkin, y'all are feeling tired, but you're doing all right. A good night's sleep, you'd be okay. Vigilance and 42, y'all are feeling slightly drained. You push yourself a bit too far. You both take 10 stamina loss that cannot be recovered until you're off the boat and you get a good night's sleep. And as for Calias, not only are you extremely exhausted, you're actually dehydrated, and you actually lose 30 stamina permanently until you get back to shore and actually get some good rest. Are you doing an intuition check? You don't trust the water? Oh, God.
I take 40.
Yeah, 40. Okay. And so with that, it's nighttime. It's a very clear sky, but all the stars are new and different. You don't really have a good way to judge which way, you're going without the sun. So, how do y'all want to do this?
I want to try to see if I can't remember my star maps. Unless the stars here are completely different.
They are completely different. Yeah, and in the game, you never really saw the stars. Like, actually, no, give me a metagaming check. Let's see if you were a stargazer in the game.
I'm a stargazer.
Let's say I'm a stargazer.
I could say on my double shift the night before, I was able to get a kind of an idea of the stars and what area certain stars were in.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the same thing after he was done talking. Based on last night where we were at the fire taking spots of stars, and based on the island behind us, what ways continue going?
Okay, so Calias,
Like,
you have a vague, somewhat confident idea of which way is west, the way you're supposed to be going, and you're pretty confident. 42 and Elkin, y'all were looking the night before, and now that you look back up, you think you see some different stars, and they're kind of throwing you off, so you don't feel very confident about what you saw the night before.
Now, that's the
Calias
metagame for the
pipes up and
stars.
says, "Go ahead."
Well, based on that was another game for the stars. If I can't remember the stars, remembering where the island, if we can, you said the island was still in the distance.
That was during the
before
daylight.
The sun's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as the sun's going down, keeping in mind, we're track of it in my mind, and basing it off of that, what direction we should.
So you actually lost sight of the island a few hours ago.
Okay, so did I see which direction? Do we have a moon, or is it just stars?
You have several moons. You have 8, in fact, all in various locations. So right now, like it's a bright, clear night, and you see nothing in any direction. Like you're on a raft, and all you see is waves and water,
Okay.
and the sky.
So,
Can I remember from the first time that we were born into the land, we were taught how to figure out how to use a compass and figure out the time and use that again to try to figure out which direction to go?
No sunlight.
Yeah, sure. Tell me another survival. Is that metagaming for the compass or for something else?
For the compass, because we're using our interface to do it.
Okay.
So I figured that was gaming.
Yeah, sure. So, again, you're confident of which way is west. So yeah, you have a direction if you want to keep trying to push it.
Right,
I
here we
don't
go
think
west.
you're- without knowing the currents, that wayfinding would be useful in this whatsoever.
So what's the plan, guys?
I was sitting here toying with the idea of using wayfinding methods to try to see if I couldn't find a current that could help carry us, but without knowing the currents of this world, even if I did wayfind successfully, I wouldn't know where it would take us.
Yeah.
So we just go with west that me and Calias are pointing to, him from his stars, me from my little compass. And we say, that away.
Okay, so you're gonna keep rowing then?
I assume some of us would row,
I'm
some of
gonna
us
try-
would sleep.
What's that?
I'm going to stay up for just a little bit to try to help coordinate the way that we need to go. But I do want to try to get some rest so I can recover from the pure exhaustion that I got from the day.
So so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna who is gonna row? Who's gonna stay up, and who is just gonna go straight to sleep?
Well, I say we should take 2 to row, and the rest can sleep. Because we're going to need 1 on each side to row.
Elkin's gonna stay awake.
So y'all want to do this in
Vigilance.
shifts then?
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, we can do shifts of 2 and 3.
With those who know where we're navigating, because once the navigators go to sleep, we're just gonna be rowing, not knowing where we're going.
Alright, well, I'll take first shift. Calias can take second.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say, I know this is gonna be my Disney coming out, but Moana, if you saw that movie, and if one of them shows me a star point that I can take my hand and match to, I can follow.
It won't help with this being a new set of star maps and not knowing how the stars will change over the course of the night. Even if you were to able to pick a point and follow it, that point could drastically change in a couple hours. That's the
Trying to think
unfortunate
outside the
thing
box.
of being in. Yeah, no, I get it. That was the same thing that I was pulling off. I was like, okay, I could do this, but without knowing, I wouldn't be able to use it effectively.
Right. We don't know either way. So,
Risks are risks. So from what I've
Let's try it.
gathered,
Let's try it.
So Calias goes up and says, "Do you see this bundle of stars right here in relation to the horizon? That's what I'm following right now."
okay, so Calias, are you on the first shift or the second shift?
I'll be on the first shift.
I'll take second shift then.
Who is that?
Is Calias exhausted? Can you take a shift?
Man, you can do
I
it.
got 60 points of stamina left.
Okay, so we have Cal and Vigilance, or Cal on the first, Vigilance on the second. Who's going where?
I'll go first too.
All right, so Zechos.
Okay.
So we have
I'm
2
gonna
on
lay
the
next to.
so
I'm gonna lean up against the sail and sleep.
who is that?
Vigilance.
Okay, so Vigilance is on 2. 42, are you on first or 2?
Yeah, sure. I'll be on first shift and get rest after that.
Okay, so we have 3 of you on the first shift, and then...
I'll go on Elkin second.
Okay.
If
Okay.
Calias points to the stars for the second shift, I'll keep to those stars as we sailing on the second.
Okay, so 42, Cal, and Zechos, give me athletics or sailing to see how far y'all managed to get.
I'm very tired.
Yep. Okay, so Calias, you actually do a bit more harm than good. Like you know your rowing is just so off kilter, you're actually slowing the boat down. But 42 and Zechos actually managed to get a little bit of distance throughout the night, which is an amazing achievement with your sabotage. So
I look at him and I say, I'm so sorry. It must have been the heat from the day.
Excuses.
okay, so 3 hours pass, and then Vigilance and Elkin, y'all come on up to take over. And
I instruct Elkin where the bundle of stars are at that I've been following.
do you listen
That was
to
a
him?
good roll. Oh yes, I do listen to him. That was the plan.
Okay. And then what's the other sailing or athletics check? Vigilance?
I'm actually going to use my weak air push to use the sail instead of rowing. Oh, no, that does not roll. How do I roll?
It's full on pulling a Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have Elkin rowing on one side and Vigilance shooting air into the sail, and you
Well,
kind
if
of
And I get that bitch going.
and you
If
kind
he's
of just
pushing
start.
air,
What's that?
if he's pushing air, I won't row.
Okay. So you start to row, and then he
You-
starts doing his own thing, and you're kind of just like, well, this is dumb, and you kind of just stand up and
you go to the back of the boat and use a paddle as basically a stern so that you can help direct
rudder,
the
yeah.
boat.
Yep. So, y'all are moving, and then a few
I got
hours.
107.
Y'all don't go as far as the first group, just because it's not a good sail. Most of the air is, just kind of going through it or not even giving it forward momentum. So you don't make much progress. But after a few hours, the dawn breaks upon the water, and you notice something off in the distance. It seems to be a giant blob kind of rising from the water. It has dark gray skin, and it's been blending in with the water at night, but as the sunlight hits it, you can make it out. It's at least 10 feet long, and as if it knows you're seeing it, it starts rising up above the water. And tell me a perception check.
Am I
Give me
awake?
1 second. I'm helping to get babies out of the bathtub.
No, you're good. Do you wake up the sleepers to let them know some shit's going down, or are y'all just so
Oh,
stunned?
very much so. Not only do
I scream
wake them
out,
up,
we're gonna die!
the Kraken!
Oh, the poor Kraken.
Whales! Calias pipes up at whales.
All right.
I had a
We got
dream,
some more.
Calias.
We got some more perception.
Calias sees it. Dreary-eyed looking for whales. Doesn't find his whale.
Okay, so most of you are sleep deprived, and you're kind of slightly hallucinating. Someone sees a whale, someone sees a kraken. Calias, though, the one who's the most sleep deprived, somehow has a moment of clarity, and he sees it, and somehow he just knows that it's a giant jellyfish. Like what you're seeing is the head of the jellyfish coming out of the water, and it grows 20 feet tall, and you're still just seeing its head. You haven't seen any of its tentacles or anything. And then just as it starts reaching its max height, it just slams back down into the water, shooting to the bottom of the ocean. And then from this...
And we have a tidal wave.
Yeah, the sudden movement creates a massive wave that's flowing in all directions. And unfortunately, it's coming towards you. So now, if everyone could throw me a combat speed. Let me clean this out real quick. Alright, Vigilance, you're still there. Okay.
Do I
Calias
regain
does
any
something.
stamina?
Yeah, so basically, since no one here actually had a good night's sleep, everyone takes another 10 points to it. And, who was casting the spells? Vigilance, you're down to half your mana, because you've just been pushing it so hard.
Calias yells out upon seeing the tidal wave that we need to balance the raft before the wave hits. Otherwise, we're going to tip.
Let me move that over real quick, and let's see how this goes. Okay. Ooh.
You really have to roll that good?
What's that? Oh, you should see the
You
mod.
really have to roll that good?
Oh, you should see the modifier this thing is getting.
Oh no.
Okay. This level has a bit of text to it. I gotta make sure I get this right. Okay, so y'all actually did pretty well. Everyone but Vigilance. So everyone else, you react quick enough to be able to go and grab onto something. You know, try to brace yourselves to it. Vigilance, on the other hand, he's kind of just zoning out by the edge of the boat and just, you know, doesn't really get what's about to happen to him.
Do I realize that, and can I jump on him?
What's your roll?
96?
No. So, you're all hanging on for dear life, and this wave hits you, and, you know, you're lifted up a good 30 feet in the air, shaking, and Vigilance he kind of just falls off, and then once you settle back down, he is basically... Oh no, where's my screen? There you are. Oh no, he's over here.
Oh no.
So, he's far out there in the ocean. Give me a swimming or athletics check, if you can do swimming.
Let's see if I can do swimming.
Okay. It might be uncommon, I can't remember.
What kind of shield does Vigilance have, by the way?
Good question.
Yeah.
Does he have a metal shield or a wooden shield?
I'm
Will
looking
it
for that
float?
now. I think it's a wood shield.
Please be a wood shield.
Yes, it's a wood shield.
Fantastic.
Buckler.
Okay, so you had your shield strapped to your back when all this happened, and you're pretty far out, but you're not quite sinking, and you do have this shield, which is somewhat buoyant, which is good for you because you're kind of just drowning in the water right now. It's the only thing keeping you up.
I shout out, I can't swim!
I jumped in to rescue him.
Okay. Real
You
quick,
take
it's
your-
Zechos' turn. Yeah, it's Zechos' turn, and then it's my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped away.
No, you're good.
Or am I allowed to go ahead and make an action?
So that tornado was just there to see like how the wave hit y'all. I'm not actually using it right now, so y'all can
Fantastic.
do what you want. Yeah, no.
Okay. I yell out to Vigilance to hold the shield semi-vertically in front of him.
I do what he says so I don't die.
And I take my rope arrows from fishing, from bow fishing.
Yeah.
And I shoot at his wooden shield.
Okay, give me your range attack, like an accuracy on it. Okay, so with 51, you shoot it at him, and unfortunately you don't quite hit his shield. You hit his arm that's holding the shield.
That's
And,
good enough.
So yeah, you now have this arrow, which is attached to a string, going through your forearm, Vigilance, and
-7.
it's halfway through your arm, and you suddenly you feel this pull as they start pulling the arrow, and as they're pulling you, you take another 7 just damage just from the constant heaving of them trying to pull a bow through your bones.
So -14.
Yep.
This is not the way.
With
So-
Elkin rolling a 104 for survival, if I jump in and try to pull him,
Like as he's being pulled up by the arrow.
or like meet him halfway to assist him so he doesn't take more damage.
Yeah, sure. With the 104, you can do that. Okay, so Elkin, since you jumped out and went swimming, knock off another 10 stamina, and yeah, you have all lost various amounts of stamina from this. Lack of sleep, lack of food. You're all hurting in very various ways, and you basically had no regeneration of anything while you've been on this boat. So y'all are pretty
How much
pretty
longer
bad.
are we thinking?
Can I drink some of my grape Kool-Aid?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think you got any of your grape Kool-Aid. We only got the pea water.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I have three
Zero.
things of grape Kool-Aid.
But yeah, no. When y'all were running away, y'all weren't able to grab everything, so you didn't get much
Oh.
with you. Yeah,
Well,
you only had a fish, a piece of meat, some of the little like throwing dagger spear things, and I think the pea water. I think that was it. Everything else got left behind.
Real quick.
How much does that weak slow heal here for?
Look it up real quick.
it does 3 regens 3 for 1.
So, yeah, if you want to
How much
pump 'em-
longer are we thinking this is going to last?
you're still not seeing like any land, any sight, so you have no idea.
Okay. Like session 1.
Oh, probably an hour. Less than that, hopefully.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, we got a late start, so
Yeah, no, you're good. I was thinking I might have to bolt here in about 30 minutes.
okay, we can try to speed it up then.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone, give me a survival or sailing to get some speed going. And plus, y'all have just had really bad rolls today. Oh god, they continue.
And we're still having bad rolls.
Survival
I'm
or
going
athletics?
to go ahead and make 3.
Athletics or sailing. This is it's for paddling.
There we go.
That's a bit better. Okay, so you'll manage to get going. Not fast, but you're moving in a semi-decent speed. And after about another 12 hours, or we'll say 8 hours, so it's getting close to dusk. You still have some light overhead, but it's only gonna last you about another hour. And then you start to see something out in the breeze. You see birds flying around, and you realize you must be getting close to land because you see what look like seagulls, and you know that they only fly close by the land. So this basically gives y'all a rush of adrenaline, and you start beelining it for the bird's direction. And as you get closer, you see dozens of seabirds just lining the sky, diving down and getting fish all around this area. As you're getting close, you see this gleaming city, lights starting to appear in the growing darkness. You see the city you've been trying to get to, but as you start making your way closer, all of these, what were just harmless seagulls, they appear to start converging around you. And what was once just a few, birds lording around suddenly become this hurricane of gulls just swarming around the ship, just getting ready to, feast on your bones.
Please tell me that they're all just yelling mine.
No, they're just all
I-
blood.
I rolled on athletics as you said. We got a burst of adrenaline, got excited, and I think the roll proved of your
What'd you roll? Hey,
111.
My adrenaline ran out.
you've ruined your one good roll. All right, hit some combat speeds.
I thought it would help.
You were wrong. All right, I think we still need one more. All right, who are we missing? Oh, Calias.
Callus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having to collect my son.
That's all good. Do you need a minute?
If you want to roll a combat speed for me real quick while you summon a horde of birds.
Sure thing. Maybe I'll give you a good roll. We'll see how my dice feel.
GM rolls never go well whenever they're for the players.
Yeah, let's see if that curse holds. Where's your page? Callus. And there's your character. Combat speed. Not bad.
It's the best of all of us.
For once, I roll higher than Zechos.
And you weren't even rolling.
I didn't roll higher than Zechos.
It took the magic dice to do it. Okay.
That's a lot of birds.
Yeah, no, it's like a hurricane of birds. They're really coming for you.
It's okay. I have a plan.
I surrender myself to the birds.
Human sacrifice.
You gave yourself up to the birds, do you? Please describe this in great detail.
I stand on the bow of the boat, full on Titanic, holding myself, and just yell, "Take me."
Wow, that's sad. Where are you at? Sorry, which one are you again? I'm bad with voices.
Oh, you hold on. Alright, I'm on the bow of the boat.
Okay, so you're basically just giving yourself up to be a human sacrifice, and they do start coming down and pecking at you. Is anyone going to try to stop this? Because he's starting to get eaten alive. And yeah, so for the first wave of your sacrificial, you have taken. Oh, it's not going to
In
work.
horror, I stare upon them.
Yeah. So does an 84 hit your armor?
Yes.
Is it a crit?
I silently nod back. This is your chance to hit them. Please do.
Was that a crit?
Yes, unfortunately.
So you've taken 10 damage as the first swarm of birds start pecking at you. So right now you have 3 birds just kind of like hovering above you, pecking at your face, and just tearing out chunks of it. What does anyone else want to do? Because Calias has spent his first turn just being a sacrifice. Do y'all just want to let him keep this up and see how it goes, or are you actually going to try to kill some birds?
So Zechos is kind of horrified. She's going to use weak flaming weapon on her crossbow and ready for the next round. As she watches the birds, like she's just too gobstruck in horror at what Calias is doing to attack it.
Okay, so you said
In all reality, Calias is doing this to try to draw the birds in so they can be in melee range.
Okay, so Zechos is writing some fire arrows, and onto Elkin.
I guess since I'm standing right at the bow and they're coming up close, I'm gonna swing my frail and go for the one.
Okay, so you're swinging at the one closest to the Calias. Okay. Ooh, 99. Okay, so you managed to kill one of them.
You're mine.
So you go and you swing down, and thankfully you had a good enough aim to not hit your friend in the face as well. And you managed to kill one of these gulls that were attacking him.
Is he in the water or on the boat?
He's like on the edge of the boat. Like he's basically pulling a, I'm a king of the world from Titanic. So he's right there at the edge. All right, did you want to do any more movements, or are you good there?
I'm good right here.
Okay, on to 42.
Shooting this one.
Okay.
'55 versus armor.
That hits. Okay, so you're aiming at this one, and you hit it, and it's such a perfect shot, it actually flies through and hits this one as well. So you managed to get two with a single arrow. All right, on to Vigilance.
I walk up next to Calias and say, "Don't worry, I have a great plan." And then I cast
respond
weak air
with-
push at air push right onto the boats.
So I
was
think
like, this is good.
I think I
get
just
halfway through my sentence before I'm thrust.
so I think I just had a mini stroke. Can you repeat yourself? What are you doing? I blacked out for half a second there. Apparently I missed some really important shit.
This is the one that's going on YouTube, remember? We were recording this.
Yes, I know. So
I'm walking way up next to Calias, and I'm using weak air push on the birds to push them to the water.
Remember, part of the reason Jeremy wanted us to record some is for the man himself. Watch him and enjoy him.
yep. Oh no. I think he'll like this one. Yeah. Okay. So which way do you blow him out to the water? Like in front of the boat like this, or out like this?
What do you mean, like this or like that?
Can you not see him moving?
Oh no, not Calias. I pushed the birds.
Oh, the bird. My bad. I thought you were...
Oh, yeah, that's why we both had a mini stroke. I'm just like, okay,
yeah, no,
this is fine.
I thought, like, oh, you're a sacrifice? I can help with that. Get off the boat. That's not nearly as bad as I was expecting.
Quick, everyone take pot shots at Calias while the birds are sweeping at him in the water.
Quick, draw blood. Maybe the sharks will show up.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna do this plan now. But no, I'm aiming for the birds.
Okay, so this bird right here, you hit it and you freak it out, and it just starts flying away. Okay, and with that, the birds start just converging. It's coming closer and closer, and Calias, he's still here, and he still isn't moving for some reason. He's just like,
No, like, now that they've all converged, if it's my turn, I've had a plan.
It's not your turn yet, it's their turn. And the three of these in front of you are all going to come pecking at you at once.
Fantastic. Hit me. Hit me.
How do those three do against you?
First one misses, second one hits, third one crits.
Okay, so first one is a hit, second one is a crit. Oh god. You take
okay.
you
So
take
I
15
take-
damage.
Yeah, fantastic.
So
I got this. I'm fine.
yeah. So the
This
first
is
bird
fine.
basically just kind of scratches at you, but the other one just dives straight in and starts, it starts tearing at your face, trying to get your eyes out, and it's getting really close to taking out your eye. All right, on to Calias. You've been maimed and just horribly disfigured. What's
With
next?
with a big smile on my face, I now draw my greatsword, and I want to do a cleaving action against all 3 birds in front of me.
Okay. Throw me 3 strikes. Let's see how they stack up against each bird.
Yeah.
Okay. So you manage to hit all 3 and just cleave all 3 of them in half, and their bodies just fall into the water in front of you. Okay, on to Zechos.
So I'm now with, like, not even going to pay attention to what's happening on the other side of the boat. I can't watch that anymore. I'm going to look behind the boat and try to shoot with my flaming crossbow to hit 2 goals at once.
Okay, try and line up the shot. I love it. Okay, so you managed to do it. You take a perfect shot. And the first bird that's kind of diving towards you, you shoot it straight through its mouth at the back of its head. And then the one behind it, you hit just square in the chest, and they both just fall into the ocean.
Nice.
Okay, on to Elkin.
I'm going to step into the corner of the... I'm going to whirl my flail around and try to hit both.
Okay, give me 2 attacks.
Nice.
Okay, so you managed to just crush both of them completely. Like, they're just, mushy carcasses falling off your weapon. All right, 42.
$42.
I turn the mic back. I'll take a shot at this one.
Okay. I need the attack too. Or the damage.
Oops, wrong one.
Okay, so you managed to kill the first one in front of you right here. And he just falls down to the ocean with an arrow in his chest. Alright, on to Vigilance.
I try to stab my spear through one into the next.
I'm guessing these 2 down here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You manage it. You go straight with the clean thrust, and you have 2 goals just kind of, stuck down the shaft of your spear.
Anyone up for shish kebabs?
Okay.
Shish goal bobs?
Yep. Okay, and then with that, the other goals start flying away after having seen so many of their friends die so quickly. They're just mass retreating. And then, as the seagulls part the skies... Hold on a second. Technical stupidity. Okay. The gulls seem to back away from your raft, and as many other birds are distracted by the corpses you've left behind. Several other ships must have spotted you and see you approaching them at a rapid rate. But before you can get a good look at civilization, your eyesight fades, and the world around you becomes a swirl of colors. You are given the horrifying realization that you're being pulled back into the sea of chaos, losing your form and much of what you've gained. And then you hear it, 3 more tones and an announcement.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on completing the quest, the Primero Probability. You have seen the Arcology of Length, a city where Primero may be waiting for you in the future. And with that, you're pulled completely back into the void, waiting until you're released from it again. And that is it. How'd you like it?
Huzzah!
Fantastic. Did you like my King of the World seagull attack?
Your sacrificial pawn, I loved it. I was secretly hoping, like, everyone else would jump on board with it and be like, yo, let's do this.
Push him in the water, quick.
Like,
I kind of feel bad now that I didn't just
was
send you into the water.
I was like, alright, I know I've got enough health that if I roll high enough on animal empathy, all of the seagulls will start attacking me and take pot shots at me. but congregating them in this singular spot to where everyone else can hit them easily.
But then you run that real chance of, your teammates of doing bad rolls and then hitting you. And with how this
And you
game's
know
been,
what?
it was very likely to happen.
And you know what? I was in the mindset of, if I die, I die. It's fine.
I have yet to have a death in any of my games. I come close. But in that moment of you're like, I'm going to give myself, I was like, oh, is this going to happen? Do I get to put a death on a player sheet? Yes.
This game seems like it's riddled with the capability of death.
You know, I gotta say, this was a great one to have on the YouTube broadcast because it was very comedical.
Yeah, no,
I
like,
mean,
You have a much different
absolutely.
sense of humor than I do.
so, did y'all have any feedback or thoughts? How you thought it run?
We
Oh,
should
yeah,
definitely name.
Good.
Go ahead.
We should definitely name the first YouTube episode "The Battle of the Piss Bottle."
Well, I'm supposed to be auditing this on Saturday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to everything, but at the same time, I really want to have fun and stuff.
So, from an auditor's
This game's
perspective, like, whenever I see this game, and I've seen games, not necessarily auditing sessions because I haven't audited a session yet, but my first session will be Saturday. From games that I've DM'd in the past, this game ran really well. Everyone was very engaged. They were very excited to continue moving, and it's like the sheer amount of checks that we were allowed to make whilst being bad rolls allowed for really like good comedic relief. So I didn't feel at any point in time that I felt bored or upset that I was making bad checks, which is really important whenever you consider your players and if they're having fun. You did a really, really, really good job on that.
No, thanks.
In terms of progression, I think the fact that we took as long as we did was solely due to the fact that we were making bad rolls, because we were all making really good decisions and ideas. We were just making really bad rolls.
I tried to speed it up a bit, when I could in places, but yeah, no, it was just a profoundly amount of bad rolls. Like, I couldn't believe it. But yeah,
It was not a great night. But I have to head out. Thank you so much.
oh, sure thing.
Have a
Good to see you again.
night. Yeah, you too.
But yeah, no. How do y'all feel about auditing this next week? Or Friday
I
once it
feel-
releases.
I can't wait to do it
good.
Saturday.
Yeah, I feel good about auditing this particular session. Basically, the is you drop your players on an island and you tell them you have to go to point B.
Yep.
And whether or not and how fast your players get from point A to point B solely depends on the decision. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm really hoping that I don't TPK a party.
I mean,
It got close with me for a little bit.
Might want to check the post Jeremy put up on Facebook.
yeah, I know. The ones I'm making aren't going on my channel. It's going on the LAN channel. Like I'm a manager in that channel, so I can post directly to it. Yeah, I've been in contact with him, so yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like if you check Discord, he's put some posts there. He says we all have a YouTube. He says we the land have a YouTube channel. If you PM me or email, I'll make you a creator so you can upload your content there. So yeah, if y'all have YouTube accounts and you want upload your stuff to the Land Gaming channel, he can give you the access basically. But
Oh, and we need to each export our characters from here to our character vault.
yeah, that too.
And what items did we get, by the way?
Where? Oh, damn. I don't think I actually have that printout. I don't think it's saved on my computer.
I'm gonna
There's
jump out of the roll 20 so I can pull my character.
Yeah, there's another PDF floating around somewhere. It's probably in the Lords of Chaos files. I'd have to go hunt for it real quick, but you do get some stuff. I just gotta find where the
We get
down.
some salt. Fuck. I was looking at it not too long ago. We get some information on Primo. We get
Yeah.
improved sailing and swimming skills. We get one more thing.
You get like some ivory tusks or like some claws from the birds, I believe.
Yeah, that was the third thing. The ivory tusk, salt, improved swimming and sailing, and we can get an increased relationship with Primo. That's the 4 things we get for this one.
Yep, that sounds right.
Increased relationship with who?
The guy you're trying
Uh,
to find who left the stone.
Hey, was I successful in making my tooth necklace?
Sure. I don't know if they're gonna allow you to keep any actual like items, like character created. Though you could probably use one of your like your bonus downtime to make the necklace. I think that'd
If
be
it-
okay.
If it's just cosmetic, though, I don't see why you can't. When someone asks you for a character description, just say, "Oh, I'm wearing a necklace that has a tooth on it."
Yeah, no, that
If it's-
yeah. It's also like a magical item that could supercharge your character. That seems fair.
It's just cosmetic. I don't see any problems. But that'd be something on Jeremy J.
I'll
yeah,
send him
no,
a message.
Did y'all have any questions about like the setup of it, or because just like for auditing it, the best advice I can give, just Jeremy's usually pretty good about getting these like attached to you earlier in the day, so you can go on a few hours before the game and just go through the whole thing, see how it flows, start thinking about how you want to run it, because there are certain bits in here. Like, not key things, just little transitions I cut out and just, paraphrasing my own words of, moving 30 screens to show you, oh yeah, you're paddling. Oh, you're paddling again. Oh, there's a jellyfish. Oh, you're paddling again. Instead, I kept you on the boat instead of moving you into all the text blocks. So,
Are we
yeah.
supposed to fight the jellyfish?
No, you were just supposed to have a tidal wave mess you up.
The jellyfish is apparently supposed to come in effect in another game coming up.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw
My-
this, but Jeremy just
Upon
posted
seeing
on
the
Facebook.
tidal wave, my first instinct was to like full on boat pivot to roll into the tidal wave. Try to see if we couldn't surf it out.
Well, what are you saying about Jeremy?
He just posted regarding videos of gameplay. Do not put them on YouTube unless they are set to private and storing them there.
That's what we were
Yeah, no,
just
we
discussing.
were just talking about that. Yeah, so basically, if you post them on your channel, make them private, and send him the link. But if you want to post things, send him your email address, and he'll make you a creator on the official channel. Then you can upload it directly to that. Still make it private, but yeah, then it's on the actual gaming channel. Because here, let me pull it up real quick and
Gotcha.
actually see what it's called. YouTube.
Yeah, I tried to look for it. I can't find
I doubt you'd be able to find it. It has no public videos because the only video on it is one I put on it, and it's private right now with 0 views. I feel real good about that.
Yeah, first episode could definitely be titled, is this water drinkable or piss?
Let's go to YouTube.
Thanks for the game, guys. I gotta get my kids to bed.
Oh yeah, man.
Alright,
Same.
bye.
Have a good one.
Talk to you later. Thanks, man.
Yep. Later.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.